Mapping our neighborhood. While trying to reach an unvisited destination, you ask people for directions. They may draw a rough pictorial chart of a place on a paper to show you the way. This rough pictorial chart is called a sketch. In the sketch, measurements and distances are not accurately marked. It is drawn using many landmarks. Landmarks are reference points, well-known places or objects that help us to locate a place. Some common landmarks are a cinema hall, a school, a milk booth, a hotel or a temple. Directions. You have already read about the 4 directions north, east, west, south in your previous classes. Do you remember the method to locate these directions? Let us recall it. If you stand facing the rising sun, then you are looking at the east. The west is behind you. Your left hand indicates the north direction and your right hand points to the south direction. You can also locate the subdirections. These directions are given below. Between the north and the east lies the northeast, between the north and the west lies the northwest, between the south and the east lies the southeast, and between the south and the west lies the southwest. Maps. A rough sketch is helpful only when you do not have to go far. But when you have to travel to distant places, you need accurate guidance. Maps were invented for this purpose only. These show directions in relation to the sun. A map is a flat drawing of the whole or a part of the Earth's surface. They show us how places are positioned in relation to each other. They also show features such as rivers, mountains, plateaus and deserts. Types of maps. The maps are of the following types. Physical maps show physical features such as the landforms and water bodies of a place. Political maps show different states, countries or cities of a given area. They also show international boundaries that one country shares with its neighboring countries. Other information such as rainfall patterns, population density, crops grown, etc. can also be represented on the map of an area. Scales of a map. A map represents a large area of land on a small picture, so we need a scale to draw it. A scale relates the distance between the two places on a map and the actual distance between the two places. The selection of appropriate scale depends on the size of the sheet and placement of features. It is always written in a corner of every map. In a scale, 1 centimeter can stand for a specific number of kilometers. For example, if the distance between two places is 100 kilometers, then using the scale, 1 centimeter equals 100 kilometers, the distance between them will be represented by 1 centimeter on the map. Similarly, if the distance between two cities is 200 kilometers, it can be represented by 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters is equal to 200 kilometers. Signs and symbols. Signs and symbols are used to represent important information like roads, rivers, bridges, canals, airports, and on maps. Some of them are given in the table below. Different colors are used to represent different landforms and water bodies on maps. Let's recall. A sketch is a simple rough drawing of a place. Landmarks are reference points or places that help us to locate a place. East, west, north and south are the 4 main directions. A map represents a drawing showing the exact location of a place. Signs and symbols are used to represent important information on maps.